Remember those bedtime stories, the ones that transported you to far-off lands and magical realms just before you drifted off to sleep? Dragons, magic swords, gods behaving badly. These elements weren't just figments of imagination, they were deeply rooted in the collective consciousness of ancient civilizations. Those weren't just fanciful tales. They were glimpses into the ancient world's understanding of itself. Each story, each myth was a reflection of the values, fears, and hopes of the people who told them. Mythology, my friends, is more than just dusty old stories. It's a window into the soul of humanity, a way to understand how our ancestors made sense of the world around them. It's the DNA of storytelling. Just as DNA carries the genetic information of living beings, myths carry the cultural and moral codes of ancient society. Think of it this way. Myths are like the original Star Wars. They were the epic sagas that captivated audiences, filled with heroes, villains, and moral dilemmas. They were the blockbusters of their time, complete with epic battles, star-crossed lovers, and jealous deities throwing temper tantrums. These stories were larger than life, designed to entertain and educate. These stories weren't just entertainment, though. They were explanations, lessons, and warnings wrapped up in a package more exciting than a chariot race. They taught people about the consequences of hubris, the importance of bravery, and the complexities of love and loyalty. Even today, we can learn so much from these ancient tales. They remind us that while times have changed, human nature remains remarkably consistent. The same themes of good versus evil, love and loss, and the quest for knowledge continue to resonate with us. So the next time you pick up a fantasy novel or watch a blockbuster movie, remember that you're participating in a tradition that goes back thousands of years, a tradition that has shaped our understanding of the world and continues to inspire us. Imagine a world without Wikipedia or scientific journals. No, really, try. Back then, people explained the world around them through stories. Why does the sun rise and set? Apollo's chariot, of course. Where did the first humans come from? Probably molded from clay by a bored goddess. These stories, passed down through generations, form the bedrock of their culture, their beliefs, their very understanding of the universe. Myths were their history, their science, their religion, all rolled into one epic narrative. Ever notice how so many stories follow a similar pattern? A hero embarks on a quest, faces trials and tribulations, emerges triumphant or tragically flawed. That's no accident. It's the hero's journey, a narrative archetype described by mythologist Joseph Campbell. And guess what? This blueprint, first etched into ancient clay tablets, is still going strong. Luke Skywalker blowing up the Death Star, Katniss Everdeen defying the Capitol, same story, different millennium. Gods, goddesses, monsters, and mythical creatures. They're like the original superheroes and supervillains. Think about it. Thor, the god of thunder with his mighty hammer, sounds a lot like a certain Avenger we know. And Wonder Woman, the Amazonian princess fighting for justice, echoes of Athena, the goddess of wisdom and warfare. These archetypes, with their superhuman abilities and all too human flaws, still resonate with us. Why? Because they represent primal forces: strength, wisdom, love, vengeance. They're larger-than-life projections of our own hopes and fears. Section 5, Mythological Makeovers, Same Story, New Shoes. Ancient myths aren't confined to dusty old books. They're constantly being reimagined, remixed, and reborn in modern media. Take Percy Jackson, for instance. Greek gods and monsters roaming present-day America. Talk about an awkward family reunion, or American gods where ancient deities walk among us, their powers waning in a world obsessed with technology. These modern interpretations may give the original myths a fresh coat of paint, but the core themes, good versus evil, love and loss, fate and free will, remain as relevant as ever. Section 6, Why Myths Still Matter. Because some truths are timeless. In a world obsessed with the newest gadget, the latest trend, it's easy to dismiss myths as outdated fairy tales. We live in an age where technology evolves at a breakneck pace and information is at our fingertips. Yet, amidst this whirlwind of progress, we often overlook the timeless wisdom embedded in ancient stories, but that would be a mistake. Myths are not just relics of a bygone era. They are the bedrock of our cultural and psychological foundations. They offer insights into the human condition that remain relevant. even in our modern world. Myths endure because they tap into something primal, something universal. They speak to the core of our being, addressing fundamental questions about existence, morality, and the cosmos. These stories have been passed down through generations, not just as entertainment, but as vessels of collective wisdom. They remind us that even gods and heroes grappled with love, loss, betrayal, and the search for meaning. These narratives provide a mirror to our own lives, reflecting our struggles and triumphs. They show us that the challenges we face are not new, but part of a larger human experience. Myths are like ancient whispers, carrying across millennia the echoes of our shared humanity. They connect us to our ancestors, bridging the gap between past and present. Through these stories, we find continuity and a sense of belonging in the vast tapestry of human history. They remind us that we are not so different from those who came before, that the human experience, for all its complexities and contradictions, is a story that continues to be told and retold. In every culture, in every era, myths have served as a guide, helping us navigate the uncertainties of life. They are a testament to the enduring power of storytelling and the timeless truths that bind us all. Command currently, the vow is 310 words long. Section 7. The enduring appeal of archetypes. Remember those gods and heroes we talked about? They weren't just individuals, they were archetypes, representing universal patterns of human behavior. We have the trickster, the wise old mentor, the damsel or dude in distress. These archetypes pop up again and again in stories from Shakespeare to Spielberg. Why? Because they tap into something deeply ingrained in our collective unconscious. We recognize these patterns, these primal forces at play, and we can't help but be drawn in. Section 8. Myths as a reflection of ourselves. Myths weren't just explanations, they were reflections. They reflected the values, the fears, the dreams of the cultures that created them. The Greeks, with their love of order and beauty, gave us gods and goddesses who were as flawed and passionate as they were. The Norse, facing harsh winters and constant struggle, told tales of stoic warriors and a world consumed by Ragnarok, a final apocalyptic battle. By studying their myths, we gain a window into the souls of these civilizations. Section 9. The power of storytelling. Myths are, at their core, stories, and stories have the power to transport us, to make us feel, to make us think. They can teach us about ourselves and the world around us. Think about the myths that have resonated with you. What do they say about your own values, your own hopes and fears? Myths remind us that we are all storytellers, weaving narratives that give meaning to our lives. Section 10. Myths, a bridge across cultures. Myths don't respect borders or language barriers. They're shared cultural currency, passed down through generations, crossing continents and oceans. The hero's journey is as relevant in ancient Greece as it is in modern-day Japan. The trickster archetype appears in Native American folklore just as it does in African folktales. By recognizing these shared threads, these common narrative elements, we begin to see the interconnectedness of human experience across cultures and throughout time. Section 11. Conclusion. The echoes of ancient voices. In the dim glow of firelight, ancient storytellers wove tales that transcended time and space. So the next time you're watching a superhero flick with its larger-than-life characters and epic battles, or reading a fantasy novel where dragons soar and magic reigns, remember that you're not just consuming entertainment. You're tapping into a current of storytelling that's been flowing for millennia. These stories are like a river, carrying with them the wisdom and imagination of countless generations. Myths may be ancient, but their power to enchant, to inspire, to transport us to other worlds, to make us think about the big questions like who we are and where we come from is as potent as ever. Around campfires, in the quiet of our rooms, or in the bustling theaters, these stories connect us. They are the echoes of ancient voices whispering through the ages, reminding us that the stories we tell ourselves matter, that they shape our dreams, our fears, and our hopes. They shape our understanding of the world, of the unknown, and our place within it. They give us a sense of belonging and a connection to something greater. So as you stand on the hilltop of your own imagination, looking over the vast landscape of human experience, remember that you are part of this grand tradition. The echoes of ancient voices are within you, guiding you, inspiring you, and reminding you of the timeless power of storytelling.